Hello Wolfpack, Lonewulfrick here, and in today's video we're going to take a look at some Bronze Age comics from the early to mid 1970s. These comics are going to go into my eBay store, and I just wanted to give y'all a preview of what's going to be going in, and let's get started. Let's take a look. First up we have Avengers number 114. Comic was published by Marvel Comics in August of 1973. This comic is going to go into my eBay store in the next couple of days, and I'm going to list this comic at $10. Next up is Giant-Sized Daredevil number 1. This comic was published by Marvel Comics in 1975. And this comic also will be listed for $10 in my eBay store. Comic number 3, The Invincible Iron Man number 50. Comic was published by Marvel Comics in September of 1972. This comic will be placed into my eBay store and have a price of $10 on it also. And I would just like to mention also that any comic that goes into my store, or any item that actually goes into my store, all have free shipping. So when I say a comic could be going into my store for $10, that's the total cost, at least from my end. You might have to pay sales tax depending on the state that you're in, but it's like $10 includes the shipping cost also. Next up is Invincible Iron Man number 57. Published by Marvel Comics in April of 1973. Comic will go into my eBay store with a $10 price tag. Invincible Iron Man number 59. Published by Marvel Comics in June of 1973. This comic will also be listed for $10. Invincible Iron Man number 61. Comic was published by Marvel Comics in August of 1973. That one also going for $10. A DC Comic Justice League of America number 104, number 104. Published by DC Comics in February of 1973. This comic will go into my eBay store for $10 also. Shauna the She-Devil, number 4. Comic was published by Marvel Comics in June of 1973. That will go into my store for a price of $10. Prince Namor the Savage Submariner number 65. This comic was published by Marvel Comics in September of 1973. This comic will also have a price of $10 on it. The Invincible Iron Man number 84. Published by Marvel Comics in March of 1976. This comic will be going into my eBay store with a price of $7.50. Next up is Jungle Action number 11, featuring the Black Panther. Comic was published by Marvel Comics in September of 1974. This comic will be going into my eBay store with a price of $7.50. Iron Man number 95. Published by Marvel Comics in February of 1977. This comic will be going into my eBay store at $6.25. Iron Man number 98. This comic was published by Marvel Comics in May of 1977. And lastly, we have Thor number 155. This comic was published by Marvel Comics in January of 1977. And it will be going into my eBay store at a price of $6.25. All of these bronze comics will be have 3 scans with them, so you can get an idea of like the condition and everything. But I think everyone would agree it's like at those prices, it's a very good deal on each one of them. And some really nice comics. It's like some nice Bronze Age. I hope there's something here for everybody. It's like they can find. And once you get to my eBay store, just kind of browse around. Take a look at what else is in there. There's some Modern Age comics, Silver Age comics also, and Bronze Age comics, other ones. It's interesting in this Iron Man number 57, this particular issue, it's when I was a kid, so I would have been 12, 13 years old when this comic came out. This was the very first Iron Man that I actually bought off the newsstand. Iron Man number 57. I was just getting in. I'd been collecting the Fantastic Fours for about a year, buying them off the newsstand. And then after that, I kind of morphed into like Amazing Spider-Man. And this was actually the 3rd comic I picked up. It's like was Iron Man. So it was the 3rd Marvel that I actually started buying and started collecting. And after that was kind of Avengers, as Iron Man was in that book. It just kind of morphed off from there. So, you know, a little interesting tidbit about that issue. All right, I'd like to thank everybody for joining me. Lonewulfrick. Please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And give me a big thumbs up. It lets me know you care. And I want you all to take care of yourselves. My next video on comic books will be Saturday night. And that's when I'll be previewing at least 30 Silver Age and Bronze Age comics that will be going into my eBay store on Sunday. It's kind of our weekly show that we do. And I appreciate everybody viewing my videos. You all take care of yourselves. God bless and bye-bye.